new ma'am, and she was saying that when you come to school, you're also expected to be delivering a speech. So when it comes to speech, I think I'm not a very great advocate or believer of a speech, because to me it appears as it's a one-way of communication, and any communication which is one way to me appears more of a gap, because then you have plenty of it and you can keep talking about it. I think at any stage or any platform, I personally feel, and today I completely agree to Principal Ma'am when she says that a lot of pressure on everyone, right from parents to students, and that pressure is more of performance, more of excelling in whatever you do in life, and definition of performance or success is very difficult. Everyone thinks that maybe scoring good marks, or maybe achieving a rank, or a, a career which is very very glorifying could be the right parameter of seeing whether a person or a student or a family for that matter is successful. I think when it comes to me, and that's why I said I don't believe in giving speeches. I think I personally feel that the best way of communication is either two ways, where one can have interaction, or just sharing experience. Because I personally feel sharing experience is something which is uh, very, very personal. And I think what you take away from that experience is up to an individual's prudence and maturity. I can just share experience of my life, because I think I personally feel, and a lot of people keep asking me that you started your career very early in the army, had a very illustrious, very eventful tenure within the army, getting 5 military awards and eliminating, more than dozens of militants and all that stuff. And people really get excited about it. And people want to really hear about what you've done, how you killed those militants, which you keep seeing in those glorified web series that you see in special operations forces. But I think more than anything else, which I talk to people, and I talk to them in a very different aspect of life, which is a very different perspective of army. And I think that is what I want to share. It's not about having those high octane melodrama or something. It's more about a very soft aspect of life, and that is what has shaken me up as a person. And I think at the age of 24, it really transformed my personality and my thoughts. And I thought that's worth sharing with all of you. So this is when I was posted in the Northeast, and as part of infantry, you have your role, which is close combat. And you keep hearing those names, which is Lashkar-e-Taiba, all those things sound very, very, different to you when it comes to newspaper or media. But when you actually meet these groups, they have a very different level of operation. So we used to really operate in kind of on specific information, go after these. I had a batchmate who kind of even name, his name was Vijay, and we were very close. Right from academy days, we got together. A very close camaraderie, because the relationship was very big different. Spending your entire day together. And as a matter of coincidence, he happened to be part of the same battalion detachment where I was. So we were sharing room and kind of, being staying in a remote area, you spend a lot of time together talking to each other. And this guy got recently engaged, so he would really speak to his girlfriend throughout the night. He would have those big bills. That point of time used to really have these steady calls. It's typically reach out to an STD operator and call up. And head over heels in love with his, fiancé. So when you go out and carry out these operations, there are two teams. One is kind of who's coordinating the area, and the other one is who's going inside the house where the militants are hiding, and that's the assault team. So me and Vijit used to be part of assault team. People cordon the village, and we get inside the house and have that close engagement with the militants. And when you would have seen it, when things at times go wrong, you have little hunch that something is not going right. And for the first time, I just told him, I said, you be part of the cordon team. Let's not get inside. So I'll go inside, and you remain in the cordon area. And he, for whatever reasons, he agreed to it. So he's part of the cotton team, which is little lesser riskier in terms of degree of risk. And I, along with the team, got inside the house, and a firefight ensued. Militants were inside, and we got a couple of guys shot down. So one militant started running, and Vijit was sitting at a vantage point as part of cotton. He saw a couple of militants fleeing the village. He chased them, and he took a shot on a guy. He fell down, and he assumed that the guy has actually got hit because he actually got hit. And he was chasing the next guy, least realizing that the guy who he shot down was not dead, so he was still alive. So he got up and he fired with it. And this guy, while he was wearing a bulletproof, but there's a gap between two plates, so he got hit on the left side of his heart. So he fell down, and I was just seeing it from almost a distance of about 100, 150 meters. And for me, like seeing him getting a hit was like your world is collapsing down. So I just chased, irrespective of what happened, I just picked him up and I just put him in the vehicle that we had. And we are rushing him to the nearest field hospital. As 24, 25 years old guy, when I look back at that incident, that 45 minutes of my life was very, very difficult. Because I was looking at his eyes, I was telling him, Tiger, don't go. We're just reaching hospital. And this guy was kind of holding my hand and was just hoping against hope that he just makes it to the hospital. Unfortunately, he did not survive. Next 15 days, I think was the most difficult time of my life because everything I would look at, right, from his coffee mug to his t-shirt to his room to his music stuff, everything is like would remind me of him. And why I'm sharing this incident with you is not to actually tell you what happens in the army, but what doesn't get to know as a fact when it comes to all of us. We have a lot of expectation, a lot of hopes from our kids, and that hope is more about success, about as ma'am rightly said, कितना स्कोर किया है 90%, तुम्हारे 90 आए उसके 95 आए इसके 97 आए उसके 98 आए वो 80 में निकल गया. And if you look at the same perspective from kids, from teachers, will call them student and you call them towards your kids. They also have stopped somehow valuing what they are getting because we have made them mechanics. The thought process is very mechanical. We have invested in you, we have given you all the facility, and therefore you need to perform. And that also starts getting reflected in the behavior of our children because they also think that it's an investment parents are doing, and therefore they also need to perform. And if they do, then the criteria of success is how much they score and what they actually do in life. No one is actually bothered about what he wants to or what she wants to become. That half an hour of me driving Vijay to the field hospital was for me was a transformation because I was thinking if given a chance, Vijay would go like to his parents and would sincerely like to tell them as to how much he loved his father, how much he loved his sister, how much he loved his fiancé and probably teacher and every individual he was associated with. But in the process, somewhere he just lost valuing every relationship that he had. He somehow missed the opportunity to go and tell them as to how precious the life he had and what he could have actually done of that life. And likewise, if I would have got his parents there, they would have just hugged him and said, "Sir, अगर तुम army officer नहीं भी बनते कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता, तुम 90% score नहीं भी करते कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता." But I think what really valued for us, जिससे फर्क पड़ता वो था कि तुम शायद हमारे साथ रहते. And I think हम day to day जो walk of life है, रोज की जो मारामारी है, उसमें शायद ये भूल जाते हैं कि हम जो चीज हमारे पास है उनको वैल्यू करना भूल जाते हैं. And I think that is what is most important. I personally feel that we should just go back and introspect because मेरा मानना ये ना, I tell my tomato also, they say हमने आज ये book पढ़ी है, हमने आज ये सुना है. I said don't read too much, and that's a very different thing I'm saying. probably a lot of teachers would not agree to me, a lot of parents would not agree to me because you have believed in that convention thinking कि जितना पढ़ोगे उतना ज्यादा सीखोगे. मेरा मानना ये कि आप जितना पढ़ते हो एक किसी का thought process है जो आपके दिमाग में आ रहा है. You're not thinking yourself. जितने भी concept हैं, someone has made that concept, but you're not introspecting. I personally feel that you should have a dynamic thinking. You should introspect because जब आप introspect करोगे, जब आप सोचते हो, तो आप अपने इंडिविजुअल के अंतर आत्मा को चेक करते हो कि मुझे क्या मिला है, मुझे क्या करना चाहिए. A lot of people can give you ज्ञान. In fact, when I go to those management discussions, I can throw management jargon and speak English and vocabulary. The idea of talking to you is not about delivering speech which is full of management jargons, acronyms, and vocabulary. It is more about making you feel that I think introspection करना बहुत जरूरी है. चाहे वो बच्चे हों, चाहे पेरेंट्स हो, because आप इंट्रोस्पेक्ट करोगे तो आपको लगेगा कि how fortunate you are. जब सुबह उठते हैं और हमारे घर में बिजली आ रही होती है, हम टैप ऑन करते हैं, पानी आ रहा होता है, हम ब्रेकफास्ट टेबल पे जाते हैं, डाइनिंग टेबल पे जाते हैं, हमें खाना मिल रहा होता है. आई थिंक फॉर अस इट्स अ गिवन थिंग. हमें ऐसा लगता है कि ये बहुत से बिग डील, मतलब खाना मिल रहा है तो यार अगर हमें नहीं मिल रहा है तो वो क्यों नहीं मिला. I headed facilities for a couple of very behind multinational clients, and I used to be the head of Asia Pacific global head at all of place, and people used to come, and I've seen a lot of girls, boys, they walk up to me. You see, this is not working. I say, this is not working. No, it's very hot. And आप टेम्परेचर देखोगे तो 24-25 डिग्री होता है. तो कोई कैब लेने आ रही है ऑफिस जाने के लिए, स्टेप इनसाइड द गाड़ी, यू आर नॉट रियली appreciative of what you're getting, but you're cribbing about it. Trust me, I think अगर आप एक दिन एक high altitude area में spend करके देखेंगे तो actually get to know what the real definition of hardship is. So my humble request to all of you would be, and it's not something that I want to give up advice or because I strongly, I don't believe in these things. I personally feel that you should just see life around. You should value what you have. So every student, I would just request when you go back, tell your parents, express your love to them, because you are very, very fortunate to have parents. You're very, very fortunate to have the system that you have. You're very, very fortunate to have such a loving and caring teachers that you have. And likewise, my request and humble request to parents is that stop judging kids. Every student, every child is very, very different, and everyone has very different strength. So start valuing, start loving it, and start respecting.